Welcome to the Port Charles Update with your hosts, Mish and Mel.
Hello.
Hello. Okay, so this week we're going to talk about stuff. It's a little wild, but we do have to tell you something.
Melanie has to tell you something. Just putting that out there. Just Melanie.
Apparently, okay. I've decided that I love my sister. That wasn't how this was supposed to go. and then I'm going to go and visit her next week. So we will not have a podcast posted on August 8th. That is all.
Yeah. I don't know why I'm waiting. Like, I'm scared. Like, there's silence. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, they're going to respond. They can't respond. Everything's okay. Everything's okay. So, talking about how to respond, I am stunned. Okay.
Stunned.
I mean, surprise? No. But Nina ran. She pushed a man in a wheelchair. Like, this is how I picture the Quartermain land.
Okay.
In my head, that water is not deep. It's like a pond. That's how I see it, right?
Yes.
So you pushed a wheelchair in and a person, and you're like, yeah, everything's going to be fine. You run away. She gets Brennan and then brings him back to the property. What?
No. I need to rewind just for a touch because we kind of talked about this last week, but I need to get your full reaction. It wasn't just take Drew in wheelchair and push off. It was hold the wheelchair, it almost looked like she shook him off.
Yes, absolutely. I rewatched it after you said it. Absolutely, she did that.
And then the half a second reaction, and then the scream to make sure he drowned.
I think she shouted his name once and then ran away. I'm like, even if he answered, you obviously weren't going to save him.
No.
You do this frantic thing, and then you do this protective mom bit to Brennan. I had to do whatever I had to do, even though I screamed the whole time and tried to undo it right after I do it, but I cannot undo it. I would do anything for my daughter who blackmails me. It's crazy. It's crazy.
It's really love, guys. All around.
All those, they belong together. Like, they match
together.
They match incredibly well. So we were talking, okay, like, it would have been cool if, like, Tracy saved him. But I think maybe we got ahead of ourselves. We were like, they're gonna bond.
No. It's gonna be love.
I mean, I wish it was that, but I think it can be that. And I don't necessarily hate this. And there is a part of me that is a bit more understanding to Drew now because of what Willow and Nina did that I did not have when he was a jerk the last time.
I agree. And I know we'll dive into this more, but I'm going to put it out there right now for you to think about while we talk.
Okay.
Who do you think is going to be the one person who's actually going to get through to him in a real way? That's true. You did call that like months ago.
Well, he's mad at everyone, right? He had that confrontation with Brooklyn. Like, all his veins in his naked body were bulging. He was like, you can't carry ice in a cup. This is why I can't trust you around your sister and my daughter. You can't carry a cup. I was like, wow, like none of that.
What a stretch. I just need to get back to you talking about him being ripped because I'm like, I was sitting in a chair and I got ripped and you can't even carry it.
That's probably why he's so angry. He's like, you can do more than blink. Do better. You have hands. Now I see why he was extra angry at Danny. And there is a part of me who actually understands that. He's like, you have limbs. Like, I couldn't move a muscle, but yet I swam out of a lake.
Exactly. Look at me.
Okay. All right. I could definitely understand that better. But in that moment when I saw him at the Metro Court, I was like, it has to be Jordan. But then again, he sat next to Ava.
I know. But how did you feel about that? Because it really took a major turn. Like, things happened quickly for Ava this week.
Oh, you know what? Let's do it. Let's go wherever our brains take us today. So this man gets a voiceover. This man gets a full-blown voiceover.
So how did you feel, though? Because I didn't research anything on the internet. I was straight up shocked.
I was so disappointed, but I was on the internet and someone had posted something about Ethan and the credits and his contract being over.
Ugh.
So I was thinking, oh no. And then
It's so fancy.
it was such a fancy breakdown. It was so chic. It was really, really chic. Um, and, and so the voiceover happened, and then I see new Ethan. So I'm like, well, that sucks for Ava. This is
All of
also
us.
lackluster because this you have them, but then they are in a hotel bed, and I said to myself, no one's gonna care. It's too late because I don't know him. So it's not giving that punch it should have, right?
No,
that bang that it would have been.
Precisely.
No. So plus there was, like you said, so much was happening so fast that every time I saw their scenes, I was like this, oh, that's too bad. That's too bad. We're paying
Right?
this absolutely no mind at all.
No.
And then even worse, that he's leaving, I'm thinking, okay, so your contract, you couldn't have extended like a day? Like what?
2 episodes? Like, come on.
This was just a couple of scenes. So he better be gone.
He better be, honestly.
Because you can't, like, I don't know. If you explain it to me. You're coming here to do 2 things, and then the character is gone forever. Why? Why would this be? Then I'm thinking, are you really gone?
He can't be really gone because if this person is truly dangerous, so we don't know what this like new character is bringing to the table. Is this Phoebe's dad? Is this somebody who's just tracking down Ethan because he did something crappy? Is it all intertwined together? We don't really know, right? But this Phoebe
No.
story has to have some sort of like big reveal eventually.
Absolutely. And we thought it was Sidwell.
Yes.
But then this guy comes in, and sometimes, you're watching a soap opera and they're absolutely showing you what's happening next or giving you clues. And it was pretty obvious. You have Ethan looking at the baby and then looking at this man. And it was so obvious that this man was the dad.
Yes.
But do you ever fight against reality really hard?
Absolutely.
So I'm watching that and I'm thinking, who? What? Who are you? And then I just kept thinking, I don't know. It's not. I was just very unimpressed. It was so blasé, the whole scene. Here's this new random Ethan, who's American, by the way, but he just completely lost his accent.
But he wears the same thumb ring, so we all know it's the same character.
That's why they needed a voiceover, because there was literally no accent. So I'm like, so now Ava wants to sleep with him. His accent's gone, and she's like, I'm all in. So now a no-name guy sees another no-name, and then we're supposed to be like, this is the villain? When it's so lackluster like this, the whole presentation, that's how I know this villain's gonna die.
I could not get over because we do like training for like phishing at work, like scam stuff.
Oh,
And
okay. I'm like, what do you mean? You absolutely do not go near a boat for your job. Like, what are you talking about?
So literally we do like these things where they like present to you, like if somebody calls you and asks you for this information, do not give it to them. If somebody pretends they're the CEO, do not respond to them. And then this guy straight up calls Lulu. It's like, I'm a courier. What is your address? Please confirm to me.
Yeah.
I laughed so hard.
I was just thinking to myself, why do you have Lulu's phone number? It's a cell phone number.
Right.
How did any of that make sense?
None. Absolutely none.
Like, no-name runs away, leaves town. Other no-name calls his sister. She's supposed to be a journalist and a Spencer.
Supposed to be.
And her brother just leaves. And she's like, are you in danger? Is someone after you? Is it Sonny's enemies? Because it can't be Ethan's. And then the moment this man leaves, someone's calling for information about him. And that doesn't strike her as odd. Even though a minute ago, she's like, do you need anything? Do you need me to cover for you? I don't know what that means. And I couldn't recognize it if it banged me on the head or rang my phone.
So I thought about you because she's trying to lay it down for Ethan as to what the rules are about working for Sonny.
I could not.
I wish I could have seen your face.
I'm listening to this. I'm like, I'm like, just know this is the same girl who last week in an argument with Dante to justify, keeping Charlotte away from Valentine he has more enemies than my dad.
Yeah.
Do you hear yourself? Do you hear yourself? And then in this situation, she's thinking Sonny's the bad guy. My brother's amazing because he's a Spencer. So is it Sonny's bad guys that are after you? Because my Ethan would never bring trouble. Only other people bring trouble. Not the Spencers.
It's too much some days, I tell you.
I just couldn't. But you know who that guy's going to be? Her new boyfriend. From Cassius to no-name villain. Yeah. That's how that's going to work. He didn't even have to work for it. He showed up, and you have Ava going, Ethan, love it. He came to town and was just with me. I think he knows that baby over there. He's Lula Spencer's sister. Her phone number is. What?
I know, it's so fun.
And she was giving all of this information to Drew, who, by the way, she's related to his daughter. Thanks for the reminder.
Honestly, there was some really great familial reminders this week. So, yeah, that was really helpful.
Everyone angrily sleeps with Drew. I feel like Ava just got her groove back.
She did. She really did.
You know? Yeah.
Oh. Wait, there's no crossover with Nina and Ava. It's just Nina and Carly.
Nina and Ava.
Oh, there's crossover with Sunny.
And Franco.
And Franco. Yeah.
I mean, what are you going to do?
Town's small.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's just that she knows Nina hates Drew. And Drew is hateable. Like, you don't actually have to know him to know that. Like, you just know that by interacting with him, I think. That's how I feel. Like, he just sucks.
And you only figure it out once you interact. Yes.
It's just that he lives up to his name. It's not like one of those people that you hear sucks, then you meet them and you're like, hey, what's everyone talking about? Like Curtis. He sucks.
No, fair.
You can meet him and you'll know.
Exactly.
Anyways, back to Drew pre-walking. Tumbles into the water. And we were thinking, Tracy and I was like, another theory was that Rocco finding him just because of that scout bond in air quotes.
Ooh, okay, yes.
I thought that would have been an interesting thing. But then it turned out the lifeguard saved him, which I think made a lot of logical sense.
It was quite logical. I did like that. It was interesting what Drew had to point out about who Gio is and why he got saved. I was like, damn, that's accurate.
But Tracy still called 911.
I totally agree.
Anybody there would have done that. So I think he had it was definitely a good comeback, a good thing to throw in Brooklyn's face.
Yeah.
But none of them would have done what he did. In terms of...
No, not at all.
Okay. So he gets out of the water, walking, talking, swimming, and then Gio laid towels for him. He really cares about his car.
What a funny... They gave us a lot of, logistics corner about how he got to the house, because all we saw before we heard Gio's, rundown was the interaction with Willow, and then it kind of, leaves you on a cliffhanger, and you're like, okay, but there's mud in the house, but then he left the house. And then he came back for dramatic effect.
Right. He's like, I'm going to come in. She's not here.
Hiding in the bushes?
I don't even know what his plan was.
No.
He went to her, but obviously I was like, why didn't you just go to the police?
I know.
Because then it would have been
so upsetting.
It would have been too late. Because then all of a sudden they would be like, and Drew did crimes. Why are you coming forward with random Drew crimes? WSB person? Why is anybody doing this? It wouldn't have made sense. But look what happens when, communication-wise, you're just a little delayed in communicating news. The whole thing. She's like, I murdered him to Brennan. It is just insane to me. You come back to the scene of the crime with Brennan having never once called 911. Did Gio not pick up on that?
I know. I'm so shocked he didn't say anything.
He works in a, emergency type service. He's a lifeguard. So anything that happens, like an emergency, he needs to respond right away. Don't you think it's weird? Drew fell in the water, so I drove away. Went to go see my friend. Never called 911. We drove all the way back here so speedily. And now we're peeking into the water. Never once did I think to go in the water. How did you find him exactly where I dropped him in the water, though? He was right there? The wheelchair's still bobbing? Oh, I didn't look there. I just looked away.
I was behind me.
Yes, that makes sense. And then they're hearing all this information that Drew's with Willow. What I thought was even funnier is Nina's not one of those people who's reacting. Just like when she saw Brennan being poisoned in front of her face, she talked and flailed her hands around the poison before she removed the canister.
Absolutely.
And in this instance, you're afraid of Drew for a variety of reasons. You know that he is with your daughter. Is she running? Is she bolting? No. She's standing still, dialing a number. Ugh, no answer. All right, now let's go. I was just like, what? How could she's so frantic, but is not doing anything?
She's the worst person to call in an emergency or have around in an emergency.
And you didn't think it was weird?
That's what's throwing me off. I'm not going to lie. Like, then he goes to tell his friends, doesn't tell his family yet, but goes to the MetroCorp pool and tells everybody. It's such a bizarre reveal.
He was such a town crier because it wasn't what like he told as many people as he could. He's like, crazy, huh? This locked in guy just started swimming and I took him home, had towels and all. He didn't want to go to the hospital. It's weird. It's weird.
It's all so weird. From the minute he got like shaken into the water, saved, the hiding in the bushes before he goes in the house, just everything about how this reveal happened with him coming out of his locked-in situation is absolutely not what I expected.
Do you know what's crazy now that I'm thinking about it? He's the same Drew, but none of us hate him as much. Because he's pretty nasty still. And I find that so incredible. They're like, here, audience, the same people who watched this man, hated his guts, thought he was awful, viewing Willow like a victim. She needs to get away. Now he's exactly the same guy. And you guys are like rooting for him to rip her to shreds.
Facts.
Yeah. I am so impressed with them for doing something like this. So what did you think about their reunion?
I loved the way they filmed it. Like, it was shaky like a horror movie, how dark it was, the muddy footprint. I was a little nervous with how physically close he was getting to her. Like, I know they're just trying to, like, scare the audience, but I didn't quite like that part. But I loved the way he vocalized things. Like, he was really speaking to the audience. Like, do not try to make excuses. Like, basically, I heard you. I see through your BS. Don't turn that BS on me. Like, I loved everything he had to say to her.
Oh, my favorite was when he said, listening to all the stupid things, like the excuses you were making, I thought was incredible. But yes, I understand that it looks scary. Like, was he going to commit a crime in this moment? But it really wasn't that. And very quickly, he articulated that. Oh, I am not gonna harm you. I am gonna destroy your life, send you to prison, tell Michael everything. Like, he was going to hit her where it hurts, which was separating her from her kids.
Which was key. And everything that he absorbed, like, from that scene onward, I loved most of his interactions with people. But everything was so satisfying that he said, up until the point that I could not handle is when she dropped her ring. I could not handle the ring drop and the smirk on her face. That's not even her ring.
Yeah. I mean, she's worn it before. So I'm just like, it's just gross. Like, the fact that you took off your ring and then put it back on. You're like, same ring, new man. It's like, what? What? You're so brave, Willow. You showed him.
Yeah, that's the way I felt. It was like, wow, this is your big, like, moment here.
That's the thing. I believe Willow thinks she had a moment. You didn't really have a moment. You had your mom, who is not good at a lot of things, but she is the
No.
one that saved you.
Yeah,
Like,
big time.
Brennan and Nina did that, and Brennan didn't really do it for Willow as much, and we saw that conversation after, where on paper he's telling his office he's doing all these things because of the political relationship, but that is absolutely not why.
No, not at all.
All of this, he's doing it for Nina, and that's the thing. You were scared, you were backed into a corner, you had no more moves left, and Brennan and Nina showed up, and that's where it stopped being fun for me. It was
Yes.
because they were, like, throwing all of his crimes in his face, and then I still had some hope when Drew said, "I'm prepared to take everyone down with me." And I
Yes.
absolutely love that. They were all kind of afraid, and I kind of realized this. He's been to prison before. He's been in prison for 2 years. Michael already knows that Drew kept Willow from visiting. So that whole revelation that he bribed somebody at the clinic Michael was at, this is something Michael knows.
Exactly.
It's not like how and why would that, like, and why would the Quartermaines care about misappropriating funds?
I know, right?
Again, we didn't know he was still carrying around the anger toward the Quartermaines, like, we had no idea, but up until this moment, I just felt that they didn't have such strong evidence against him, and I liked that Drew pointed that out. That felt satisfying, that he was willing to go to prison for a little bit just for the satisfaction of taking them all down, so I did love all of that. In the end, that's not how things went, so I was happy for the confrontation, I was happy for him to be back, but I was just annoyed that there is something stopping Drew from like, it's not actually, it has nothing to do with Drew. I'm just annoyed because there's so much piling up with Willow, and there is no, like, climax for the rest of us. There is nothing that's satisfying.
Okay, so here's the thing. They gave us a little nugget with Valentine and Carly today. They were
Okay.
they
Oh,
they actually mentioned the paralytic. Nobody else really knows about that because Valentine was there. So the fact that
right.
Nina had a paralytic, like, will they put it together? Like, I don't know if they know about Drew yet.
No, I don't.
Valentine will put that together because remember he was talking like, maybe I should have got more money from Nina. Like, he's gonna do some
Mm.
conniving stuff, but he'll figure it out.
Well, he's curious, and legitimately so. It is weird, and I think that's the thing. There's a lot of curiosity toward this situation. A lot of people seem to feel really shocked first off that Drew recovered, and we know that this is something Elizabeth really took to heart, trying to
Yes,
understand the medical side to all of this. Everybody seems very shocked about the divorce because everybody saw devotion and all of a sudden there's this divorce. So I think a lot of people are not fully understanding what's going on because Willow portrayed loving devoted wife.
exactly.
So I do think that there's a lot of attention coming their way, and they also looped back in Trina and Kai, and that was funny.
Yes.
Like, I don't know why that changes things because I know that Trina hadn't wanted Kai to work for Drew anymore, and neither to kind of continue working for Willow, given everything that they knew.
Yes.
And she was urging him to leave, but now I love that his devotion is to the kids. No, I have to stay close to this really
I know.
dysfunctional couple for the children. And now they're debating whether Michael should be aware.
Which is kind of shocking. I really like, I can't really see where this story is going and how in the end we'll get the payback that we wanna see.
Yeah. And going back to sort of how things ended with Drew and Willow, because they sort of showed us right now it's at a stalemate. It was different when it was Alexis, Rick, and Ava and Christina. It was funny. It was funny, and everybody lied and held it together, but you didn't feel like anybody robbed you of anything.
Yes.
But in this situation, again, they kind of, the whole mutual self-destruction thing, everybody has to keep quiet even though they're really angry. Well, actually, Drew is the only one that's really angry at this point. But it was annoying, but also really troubling, the fact that you didn't achieve this on your own. You
Mhm.
yourself didn't exactly beat Drew. Your mom and Brennan swooped in. They did a lot of the legwork. They showed up. Like, you weren't ready. You didn't take him down on your own.
No.
And when you talked about how she reacted, like how she suddenly started laughing, like, I got away with this. It was really, really hard to watch because I was just so irritated by her.
Yes.
But at the same time, this is what's been happening though. Willow has been feeling effective.
Mm-hmm.
She's really been feeling like, okay, I'm doing all of these things. It is working out for me doing things this way. Similar to Jocelyn. Things are working out for me.
Yes.
I'm good at
Yes.
this.
Ugh.
So I was also seeing that. So I mean, I think that also could be a clue to how she crumbles.
Okay.
Just her hubris, the fact that she thinks she can get away with anything. We didn't only see the smugness with Drew, we also saw it with Michael. But with Drew, I think when you talked about like the ring falling and how obnoxious all of it was, I think what made me the most upset was when she tossed her arms out and said, "Oh, freedom." I'm like, but you tied yourself to him. At the
Thank
end
you.
of the day,
Thank you.
freedom could have been had at your own hands at
Mm-hmm.
any point in time, because you did realize who he was and you still, like, he didn't do that, right? You saw him clearly, you hated him, but you were the one who saw him as the only answer to things. You were the one
Exactly.
that
Thank you.
neglected help from anybody that wasn't a man, especially your mother, who was quite powerful and influential. She could have set you up with your own house, showed stability at work, shown routine with the children, shown that you had your own village with your mother and all these other people. You could have literally done this on your own. You chose more Drew, and now you want to celebrate your freedom? You never had to be attached to him as long as you were.
Yes, yes, 100%. It's so frustrating still seeing her play the victim and then seeing this as victory.
Oh, yeah, it was utterly delusional. But so after this, Michael learns about Drew, races to Willow, all for nothing because she says you were right.
Yeah.
Willow describing Michael. So when they were kind of going back and forth with this idea of custody, she wants 50-50 because right now it's not that. And so when they were talking about court, I hate to admit it, but Michael's description of her, wasn't terrible.
I
Like
know.
it wasn't. And then when Willow described Michael, even though a lot of those things just are not as bad as they sounded
Mm.
pretty bad, and she sounded a lot like Nell.
Ooh, okay,
Par-
okay.
Particularly this line, because Nell obviously had a chip on her shoulder, that she had a hard upbringing, and she was very resentful to anybody who she perceived as having it easier. And I think she thought somebody born with a silver spoon in their mouth, so many, because he had so many rich family members. That's how she saw Michael. And for the first time, we heard Willow say it. Willow had a
Yeah.
bad upbringing, but the way her trauma sort of was shown was, hey, I've been through really hard things. And I am a super empathetic person as a result. I'm compassionate. I get people and I want to help because I know what it feels like to suffer. But then this was the first time we really heard her talk about Michael's privilege in this way, that you were born rich with all of this help. It was crazy.
Right?
It was crazy. And so I don't know. I guess you guys can do the whole court thing. I like, really, what's the point? Unless that's how it all comes out. Because
Oh, yes.
if they go to court, that no, that's probably how. Because Kai and Trina, they wouldn't stop talking about the kids, and I'm like, don't know what you mean. Drew's not in the
Mhm.
picture. She's on her own. But if there is a court case where they risk, let's say, full custody, and the idea that they could be with Willow full time, knowing what they know, and the kids' happiness and stability is at risk, then that could be where everything sort of comes out and comes to light. And a court case takes time. So
Mhm.
I don't know if Drew will calm down long enough for all the battles he's had with the Quartermaines, for everything he's wanted from them. And we've heard him talk about
Yes.
wanting to be seen as a real Quartermaine. It was a really big deal to have learned that they are willing to have you on the property, knowing your
Mhm.
state.
Yeah, totally.
So I'm wondering how long the anger will go. Okay. I know I mentioned Jordan, and I do think she will come in at some point, but I am realizing the one person that might be helpful is Scout. Because when he was having that back and forth with Alexis, when he showed up
Mhm.
there, I mean, that was tough. They've been through a lot with Drew, and they've really had to walk on eggshells and do everything they could for Scout. But Scout's a teenager now. She
Yes.
can swim 45 minutes by herself.
Exactly, she will weigh in heavily as to how she wants to live her life.
So that was really delusional, and they didn't continue showing that scene. The scene ends with her hugging her dad, so we actually have not seen a one-on-one with her father. She
Mhm.
was aware of everything that he did and wanted, and she's been vocal about it. It came out when she went to go see Tracy. She expressed gratitude for Willow because she did not abide by her father's wishes and allowed her to have a relationship with her brother. She
Yes.
wants to be at the Quartermains. We even saw her hanging out with, like, Rocco, Charlotte, and Danny, and all of that stuff.
Mhm.
So, Drew is going to have a rude awakening because I think Scout might be a grounding force. I think that might be the place where he sees he may not be able to use her or control her, and that maybe the things he's angry about, particularly the people,
Mhm.
around, like, family. Because I mean, you could have a better relationship with Alexis. You can literally just work together, even with the Quartermains. I think because of her, he's gonna be faced to probably tone it down because he's gonna lose his leverage, especially with Scout being able to kinda contact whoever she wants to, go where she wants to. He can't do that to her.
Well, that's why I think they're making it a point for him to, like, seriously come out hot. Like, he's just, like,
Mhm.
firing on all cylinders. His rage is even ragier, and yes, we
Yeah.
feel a different kind of way about him, and we're understanding him a little more because we need to be reminded of who he was, like, really in our faces before that change actually happens.
I think so too, and I think there's a few clues. Alexis, for one. First off, I love the way she handled Willow when Willow was stunned that she wouldn't take on the case. She goes, "But you helped me then." She's like, "Yeah,
I
because you were
know.
holding Scout over my head." And then
I
she's
I was
like,
so happy with her honesty on it, like, it
"Yeah,
was fantastic.
yeah." She's like, "I did it because you made me, not because I like you or care about you in any way." And Drew's back, and he's the one who's calling the shots, and this is about Scout. And then the fact that Alexis really went at Drew was before she would hold it in because she had
Yes.
to. I really felt that was a sign of things changing because Scout isn't a child anymore. They aged her up. So I
Mhm.
feel like that was also why Alexis was more vocal because there's no helpless, vulnerable child anymore.
Okay, I like that perspective.
Because she wasn't careful as, let's say, she was before. And that's the
True.
point. Scout is like a teenager. So I could not be more grateful for Scout because she was articulating things about Charlotte and Danny that I was grateful to have articulated.
Can you kindly remind me of those
Oh my
articulations?
gosh, she was pointing out to Rocco how obnoxious it was that Charlotte and Danny were ganging up on him.
Yes, okay, I remember.
So I'm happy that that she was able to see that because it's so freaking unfair, and it's always been those 3, and we see it, and it's pretty horrible, and a lot of the things we've been talking about were amplified. There's different consequences to what we do, and Charlotte was airing that out. She's like, "We've done a whole bunch of things and never got caught."
That was beyond frustrating, and again, I'm gonna give an early start to Rocco and his cool, calm demeanor and giving it straight, like, Danny is basically calling him boring and, like, no fun, but ended his little quip with, "Are you gonna rat us out?" He's like, "No, that's your thing."
I
So freaking good.
could not have loved that moment, and I loved his confidence, like, what they're saying
Yes.
about him doesn't really bother him, and I love that, and I was just beyond disappointed in Charlotte and Danny. What kind of a brother
Yes.
are you that you even called your own sister boring, and you were trying to encourage her to break the rules along with you, and Charlotte even tried? She's younger than you guys. And even Charlotte was like, oh, come on, come on, Scout, like encouraging her to do this and pulling her away from Rocco. I was so grossed out by Charlotte. It was like she starts to tell Rocco because Rocco and Danny were trying to hash things out without
Mhm.
saying too much in front of Scout. And when he was checking in with Charlotte, being like, are you still mad at me? She's like, no, I was never mad. I'm like, right, because now Danny's not mad.
Mhm.
Are you kidding me with this? It's whatever Danny says. This is why he feels betrayed. You are literally picking Danny over your brother, over your family. And I get that she has that bond with him because of their dads, but it's just beyond not okay. And then when they're alone and she's with Danny, she does this thing where she's saying it's all Rocco. If he has a problem, it's all on him. It was really, really gross to watch the way she spoke about Rocco and just both of their very, very, very spoiled perspective.
Oh my yes, that was so beautifully worded. And they're really doing a good job of pushing forward that divide
Mhm,
right
mhm.
when, Rocco had this great conversation with Jason, and he made that very clear to Danny. But Jason also got to witness that even though they had this weekend away, like, there's still a ways to go. Like, he stole a boat, he damaged it, and is not taking responsibility. So what I wanna
No.
see now is that divide and him having to take responsibility while Charlotte still does not. So it kind of leaves her in an odd position of trying to understand the people around her. Like, it's gonna be challenging for her character and Danny's.
I think that's where the conflict is gonna be because I don't think Danny is going to see the consequences soon. Like,
Hmm.
there is such a bad influence on each other, Charlotte and Danny. Now that Jason wants to focus on family a lot more and he plans on giving his attention to Danny, that's the thing. The more Jason is present, the more Danny feels safe, the more he's going to act out because now he can. Before in the past, his dad could go at any time. His dad had his own separate life and they were doing their own thing. So I think Danny was being a bit more careful, but I think that he will in his own way rebel. And yeah, he had the talk with his dad, but look at him. He's still sort of struggling. Like, yeah, he tried to make amends with Drew, but he's still just figuring it out. But he's still doing that thing, breaking the rules. And as Jason mentioned, I forget to who, that he's still really oh, yeah, to Sunny and Carly, that he's still really upset that this was for Rocco. So everybody's aware that he's really fixated on the Rocco aspect of it. I was impressed that Danny even acknowledged that he shouldn't have done what he did, that, loyalty first, but he's very fixated on Rocco, and you talked about how Jason had talked with Rocco, and Jason had this talk with Danny, and it's not working. I think that's the point. He's gonna keep working with
Mhm.
Danny, and there's going to be friction, and he's going to continue to get in trouble, but I think what's gonna make it even worse is that he's gonna see how calm things are between Jason and Rocco, how much they understand each other. I think that's also gonna be a massive divide there. That divide between Rocco and Danny is only gonna grow bigger.
I think so too, and I'm just loving this parenting journey for Jason. I mean, he gave his letter of resignation to Sunny. We're gonna see what happens next week, if there's a closeout interview, but he's gonna be all hands on deck in parenting and in that Quartermain home, and he's gonna be far more present in their lives because 'cause they're all living there. So I cannot wait to see this other side to Jason and the boys.
I have to admit, I love the way that they did it, right? Because they were talking about Rick, and Jason is playing nice, and then when they're alone, he says, "There will never be any peace," and then I'm watching him, and then I'm like, "Oh my gosh, he's gonna quit. He's not gonna be around. That's why, like, this is neither here nor there." And that's how they did it. So I thought that was really cool because for Sunny, it was like, this is gonna be a fight about my brother.
Yeah.
And I loved how Sunny was like, but like, what do you mean? You were ripped from your family. You were so traumatized. Why wouldn't you want to keep killing people? I'm just so confused by this. Why wouldn't you want to work with me and put your son's whole future at risk again?
Okay, don't even get me started on Sunny. What I do love though is what they started with and how they ended with the whole Jason Sunny in the sense that, the trio, they were reunited. Sunny
Yes.
was a giant baby I love the way they put that scene together. It was
Me
absolutely
too.
stinking nostalgic, beautiful. They included the beer bottles. There was a little razzing. Like, it was next level. But I love that that was kind of like midweek. And then, Jason kind of laid down the groundwork of what he's been through, what he's doing, and then the letter of resignation.
Again, you would wonder, was Sunny even there? Like, why would
I
you be
know, I
surprised
know.
given the interaction? But I'm with you. I thought that whole interaction was really significant. They brought the trio together. There was such, love given to their history. It
Mhm.
was really cool to see, like, this is us. We're important. We will always be important to each other. But it was funny watching how different their lives are and what everybody was withholding. Sunny's busy judging Carly over Valentine. Jason already knows about Valentine and kind of grabs her shoulder because he's
Yes.
supportive of it. They're questioning, why is Justine the thing that Sidwell used against Sunny?
Exactly.
Sunny is not telling them certain things.
Mhm.
Jason shared a lot. He shared a lot in terms of where he's at and what he went through, and you can see it. I want to watch his podcast with Bradford because I saw like a brief clip online where he says things like my hair, the everything, including the
Oh,
clothes and the weight
okay.
loss was all intentional. All of it was
Oh,
intentional to add
wow,
to his
okay.
character. So very, very, very excited. And so, yeah, I love that because it wasn't really a goodbye. Like, it was just a new chapter.
Yes, 100% I felt that way. It
Yeah,
was just yeah, and, like, honoring the past, but confirming that they're sticking together just in a different way in the future.
exactly. That we don't have to break apart to have separate lives. And I felt that they
Yes.
started to do that with Jason and Carly because honestly, they really needed to shift the friendship so
Big
that they can have
time,
lives that weren't as intertwined or where they weren't going to have such an intense reaction to each other's partners. Because even Jason was having reactions to what she was doing
Right,
with Brennan, or the fact that he could walk into her bedroom and find her with Valentine. Boundaries, guys. So I
right?
think that they're all growing up. So I absolutely love that scene. But what I also could not see is like I can't see Britt fitting there.
No,
Neither
not at
Justine.
all.
But Valentine could though. Valentine has had history. He's had history with Sunny. He has history with Jason. Like I can see a Valentine capable of sitting there, building something. He shares, I feel, the richest sort of values like they do and life
Yes.
experience in a way that Justine doesn't fit and in a way that Britt doesn't fit. Like Britt fits this new Jason in a way.
In a way.
In a way. Do you want to do you want to talk about that? He shows up to see Britt.
No, no, oh, yeah. So when he shows up and she's, like, super excited to see him, and then she walks over to him and slaps him, the only thing that popped into my head was, "Damn, he got Brit slapped."
Exactly. I that was so funny, so good. I was just, what is she doing?
Mhm.
She's all over the place. But then we realized it was all just a ruse to get him
Yes.
alone, and he was like, you could have just made something up. You didn't
But
actually
they
have.
didn't even touch lips.
Nope, they didn't touch this, but they were
But
like,
they
"I
look
love you.
together.
I love
Mhm.
you." Remember they said I love you after their off-screen, like, lovemaking that I never caught on to. I was like, he's just sitting and staring at her like, "Okay." Like, I did it. Like, Johnny had to tell me they slept together. I did not pick up on it.
Listen, yeah, well, we have talked about this time and time again. They are
Talked.
just shoving it in our faces. We are
Yeah.
not buying it. There is zero chemistry. I am not buying the love that
It's the
there is.
Drew effect. You said that Drew needs to come off strong, and then we'll see how he evolves. Britt and Jason have to try the love that will never be.
Never.
Because look at the chemistry with that guy.
Oh my God, it's so funny. Like, he's so obnoxious and annoying, but he had one of my favorite lines that made me think of, like, a great name for, like, a podcast. It's,
Are you
he's
are you
like,
looking to start a podcast?
No, but just what he said to her, he's like, I can't do the accent. Therapy and decaf, which I was gonna try there. I was
Good
like,
call.
"Whoa, I totally don't do accents."
No. Yeah,
He
what was
said
it?
he said to her, "Therapy and decaf will do a world of wonders for you," or something like that, but the whole therapy and decaf, I thought it was
Mhm.
so good.
No, that actually is really that would make for a really good podcast,
Right?
but I just find that they're so the what do they call it? Enemies to lovers?
Yeah, like the animosity, the
Oh,
intensity.
like, I'm into it. I'm into
So
the
into
vibes.
it.
I find that he sets her straight in a way that, Jason can't. He's like, "You're amazing. Believe in
I
yourself."
know,
And I
ew.
think she needs tough love. She's not the sentimental type. Even though, like, Ethan out of nowhere was like, "Ava, you changed me." I'm like, "What are you doing? Why are you being needy? What is going on? You're
She's gonna
American and
hate
now
it.
you're needy. Like, what are you doing?" That was weird. So I'm thinking about how when she got upset and had confronted Carly at the Metro Court, and Carly had given her that advice, and it was, I know to Britt that came off harsh, but it's literally Carly's journey. She was a pariah. She blamed everybody else, and she sort of
Yeah,
turned it around.
yeah.
And I'm thinking about Britt's journey specifically, and that's pretty much the storyline. Everyone's pointing it out. Everyone is like
Honestly,
everyone's
geez
talking
Louise.
talking about it. She's a work in progress, and to be honest. Oh, I kind of feel like the new doctor will have, like, a large part in her growth as for everyone at the hospital.
Yes,
I
I would
think
love
that's where
that.
her world is. She's got
Mhm.
Stella, Isaiah, Lucas, Elizabeth, and even though Jason's on this, like, journey and he's changing and technically on paper moving away from Sunny's world, it would that not make more room for Britt and to be available and to start something? I mean, he's got ideas. He's thinking, "We can go on boat rides. I can
I
take you for
know, shell.
dinners. We can hang out. I don't work. I, parent, whenever I can in the evenings and weekends, and we can hang out in the day or whenever you're not working." But I don't know. I don't see how he could be an impetus of change because he makes things easier for her, and the other guy challenges her.
There's also the whole bit with they literally have her living at the hospital. She has
Mhm.
0 time to spend with Jason, but she will come face to face with cutie McCutie Tristan all the time.
Yeah, it's kind of like the story of what you want versus what you need. Like her
Mhm.
being trapped in this idea. Oh, wow. If that's what they're doing, they're
I love
smart.
when you're impressed with yourself.
No, I'm impressed with General Hospital because we won't stop saying that their relationship feels surface. We're not
Yes,
like in it, and we know that they're capable. There's some
true.
ways that they create bonds that feel natural, that are very strong, like just those scenes with Obrecht and Jocelyn. They did a couple of
Yes.
Elizabeth, um, Brit scenes, and you're just like, "Whoa." What they did with Carly and Valentine. Look how loose they are. They're together, and they were beyond entertaining and fun watching them. They were the epitome of flirty summer vibes
Oh, yes.
today, okay? So, when you think of all that, I'm kind of wondering if that's what it is. This is about the idea. We talked about it's not just Brit, but Jason has to find himself. He's letting go of being obligated to everybody. And now he has to figure out who he is. Sasha was the one who was pushing him that way to start thinking for himself before she left.
Yes.
So what does that look like? Because what if Jason and Brit are just sort of like each other's idea of what should come next? Because I don't know what comes next because I don't actually know myself. That makes
Right.
sense.
Right.
That
Yes.
totally makes sense. They go on cute dates, and they don't have anything really real between them. I remember Ava even made that comment, "How do I know that the trauma you share, like, it can raise cracks or it can make you think
Yeah.
that there's something more than there is?"
Exactly.
They don't have a lot of shared history outside of really dramatic moments.
That's so true.
Whoa. Okay, I'm looking at it very, very differently now. Okay, new character alert. So Selena no, that's not her name. It's Serena. It's Serena, and I just kept thinking Scott should be back, and I was beyond disappointed when she just gave Felicia info on her dad, and I'm thinking, "I don't like this because 'cause you're just telling me where Scott is, you're not telling me that
I
Scott's coming back
know.
and Scott should be here."
Same.
So
Lucy's getting
this
on my last nerve.
Oh, yes. So this is what I was thinking before she even ran her mouth out loud, because I was staring at them, and I'm staring at Serena, and I'm thinking, how are you going to use her with your whole deception thing? The shares are already
Exactly.
distributed. But then I'm thinking, what has Lucy done in the past? When Lucy wanted something, when it came to the Quartermains, she just slept with one, Like
Exactly.
that's
She
what
just
she
sent her
did.
daughter to sleep with Michael.
Abso-freaking-lutely. And then I kept
Messed up.
thinking, I could see that.
I
Like
could too,
Michael,
though.
not being not being manipulated, but it's just Michael is this rich guy. She's this, well, she was rich, but
She
she's just this
was.
businessy. She's actually not businessy. She's about
No.
whales.
Yeah.
In
Paperwork and
my
whales.
head, I thought she was gonna be
Emails.
Lucy, and I thought, interesting. But I thought a
Okay.
lot of things. I thought she is gonna obviously try to get with Michael, and then they're gonna forget Jacinda even existed.
I
And
know.
then I thought to myself that when I saw him with Willow, as soon as he walked out, I'm like, you guys are gonna hook up. You're absolutely gonna hook up. You're gonna have that like Carly AJ thing.
Wait, with who? With like Will and Michael?
Willow! Yeah. So in the week when I saw that, their animosity, I'm like, they're at some point absolutely gonna hook up again. And it won't be because they fell for each other. It's gonna start with like, I hate you. That's what's
Okay,
gonna happen with them.
I kinda love it, like, it's a total summer thing, but you just talking about the Michael Serena thing because Cody is her half sibling, which I had to Google, so I did actually do some
Yeah.
research this week about the surrogacy and the mama, blah, 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 so she's gonna go over to the Quartermains because she wants to get to know her sibling, and then she's gonna bump into Michael, and then the whole thing's gonna happen.
Yeah, but they're
Yeah.
just squeezing out Jacinda just like that.
We haven't seen her in, like, forever.
Yeah. What's the
I think it's, like,
explanation
last week.
there?
I think we saw her, like, maybe last week or the week
Okay.
before, but it's, like, forever.
Well, they're not showing them. It's just she's there every now and again to talk about the scheme, but he could talk about the scheme with anybody, like Tracy.
True, true.
Okay, speaking of the Quartermains, loved how Jason was actively involved. So that's definitely a preview of what's to come, and I loved it. And they even had the cute close up where it's like Tracy and Jason in the background, and I'm just
Yes.
loving that this duo is back. Absolutely back in action. Also at the Quartermains, I loved Tracy's conversation with Stella, and I feel so much
Yeah.
less crazy hearing Stella be like, I can't really stand my nephew Curtis.
It was amazing because I really didn't expect her to say it, and I didn't realize also how much I missed those Tracy Stella honesty
Oh, yeah.
moments and their friendship, but when she just kinda, like, let it all loose, I'm like, "Okay, so she is on the same page as us. Thank
Yes.
goodness."
But kinda harsher, cause like, we can talk crap, but, like, we're not related to Curtis. Stella is like, "I need to be true to myself. I need to set a good example for my
Yeah.
grandbabies. I don't know if I can support him." And I'm like, "What do you mean? What do
Mhm.
you mean? You don't have to give him legal advice. You can sit in a room with him in the courtroom. You can't do more than that." But it was crazy listening to Stella because she could have a hard line. So I was just
Yes.
stunned hearing her say that, that she wasn't sure she could support him, or maybe she just meant she didn't really know how. But then we would also see Marshall talking to Curtis, and I felt so bad. Marshall was trying to baby step him through this. You could
I
lose
know,
8
so
months
funny.
versus losing more. And
Curtis
then
doesn't do
Johnny,
math.
no.
Sorry.
And he was staring at his dad with full-blown curiosity, like waiting for the next pebble, and I'm thinking, "No, that was it. 8 months is less than other times." It's less than more. 8 months is less than a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. It's just less. And then
Oh,
Johnny's like, literally do the 8 months. The baby won't even be walking yet.
exactly.
You see some baby at some point, and even like echoing what Stella was communicating to Tracy, saying, "I am not seeing Curtis's version of Isaiah. I work with that guy."
Wow,
And
yeah,
then
that was intense when she said that.
loved it. But
Yes.
then you see Marshall, saying, "Hey, Curtis is my son, but I'm gonna give you a fair shot. You seem like a nice guy.
I know.
I'm gonna
Amazing.
visit my son in jail, but I think you're a nice guy." So that was interesting to see that no one is really seeing Isaiah the way Curtis is, and they seem to be really worried. And even like Marshall laying it out that you can't always be in the extremes like this. So I really, really loved it. Curtis is so rigid, and I love how they're really reflecting a lot of what we've been talking about and having, I don't know, Curtis examined a little bit. It's good for the character, it's good for growth, but
Yes.
I love to watch the other family members sort of seeing this because sometimes it's just completely cuckoo.
Yes, it does make you feel wild, absolutely.
Okay, do you know what I loved? Like, when we're talking about, you know, like, couples and sometimes what we wanna see, what we don't wanna see, the cop. I loved how they did that because 'cause we've
Oh
complained
my
about, let's say, the Elizabeth Dante,
gosh.
and then the cop's like, "How long have they been together?" That was amazing
No, that
for
was
Lucas
just
to be
yes.
like, "Where do you mean? Like, no one else has seen this." And I'm like, "You guys told us to see this, and we've been seeing it ever since." And then he's like, "Well, I'm a detective. I see things." And I was laughing. I just love the way they did all that, and we finally got to see the scene that Rick was talking about when he did the interview with, Steve Burton and Bradford, where he talked about walking in on a Dante Elizabeth moment, and we just saw it today, and then when Britt came in struggling, it's so funny, to me, everyone's hooking up, like, Drew's hooking up with Ava, and, like, I could totally see Britt sleeping with Rick for
Oh,
whatever
yeah.
reason, I could see her with that other doctor, like, I could see her doing something with Rick because she's mad at Jason, basically the whole Elizabeth thing, like Carly and Elizabeth. Remember? Like how Carly saw Jason dancing with Elizabeth, and they were supposed to run off
Oh,
together, and that's when she goes to sleep with Sonny, and then Jason's, like, all brokenhearted because he was, like,
yes.
supposed to run away with Carly, and I'm wondering if something insane's gonna happen because I can see everybody sleeping with everybody.
I just didn't know baseball was so sexy.
Well, Dante is pretty adorable,
Oh
the
my
way
word.
all of that was happening.
No, but just like chemistry off the damn charts. They're navigating with like flirty baseball things. Then they're talking about family. Then they're talking about Rocco shooting things. And then we're talking about their relationship and how they love seeing their kids play sports and like they just mesh in every single way.
And then they, like, flirt in front of Britt, like, she's mad,
Yep.
and they, like, continue to flirt, these 2.
And Rick
What?
witnessed it. Oh, you would think
Oh,
that he
yeah.
saw them rolling around on that ground naked.
That is exactly what Rick looked like.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's gonna do, right? Because family first. Dan Dante's his family, and Sonny
Yes.
really matters. I don't know how he's gonna handle that. But you know what I'm mad about? Britt is
What
supposed to
is
be
it?
Lucas's roommate, not the other guy. They're supposed to date. You cannot be roommates.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, it could
That's
be a
so
fun
true.
roommates turn lover situation. That would be kinda cool, but it's cooler if he's, like, with Brit and they get to talk about it, a la, like, Brit and Brad and the
Yes.
ice cream and all of the things.
I totally agree. I want
So I'm
that
like,
more.
what is going on with the real estate situation in Port Charles?
I don't know. Maybe there's not enough places. Even Elizabeth was making fun of his living situation.
But he admitted why he's been so difficult. He
Yeah.
loves drinks and spending time with Ava.
It's cute. It's cute as heck.
It's very cute. Okay, so Jocelyn had some moments. She got to be in the WSB office.
With her
Um
grown-up outfit.
Yes, with her grown-up outfit. I just loved the moment she had with Valentine, where he just says to her, I thought you were warming up to me because I saved your life and all." Like, he just and Jocelyn also has to be curious, right? We're talking about how Valentine and Carly kind of know some stuff, and there's some things that are true with them. They're like, "We have good instincts." I'm like, "But you guys do though. Like, you're grown up." I have
Yeah.
never seen Carly this fun with anybody.
Right?
She's so loose and relaxed. They have such a cool vibe that I have not seen at all in terms of the
Mhm.
relationships he's had or that she's had. And then so we talked about them kind of being onto the Brennan Nina thing, but
Yes.
Jocelyn's at the office now, and she saw how quick Brennan was to make that deal. So I don't know
Mhm.
what Jocelyn's gonna do when she or if she comes across. I don't know if she could be one of the angles when it comes to Willow, because if she keeps catching Brennan with Nina or maybe with Willow, I don't know if she's gonna cross the line to try to understand things. Because she made a point of telling Brennan, like, I can go live by the rules. I don't have to like it, but I can understand that you are
Biggest
my
lie.
superior. So I don't know about that. And Brennan, this man, drone strikes for Carly, cover it from Nina. He's such a romantic.
He
Such a
told her he was
romantic.
going to blackmail her to go on a date. He really knows how to
Yeah.
talk to a lady.
He's so good at dating. And like Nina, obviously she wants to date him more. Their interaction was hilarious. But what do you think Brennan's deal is with the doctor? Do you think it's just a WSB relationship or his son?
Oh my God, I totally thought it was his son.
I didn't. Johnny did. I was like,
I was
like,
whoa.
Brennan is obsessed. What is wrong with this guy? Don't you have like a million agents? I just don't like it. I don't like the way he's with Britt. I don't like the
No,
way he is with
man.
this guy. He makes me want Cullum to be in charge.
Oh man, that's so funny.
I would, because I feel like at least Cullum would do the job. Like he doesn't do it in an emotional way, the way that Brennan does it.
I agree. I totally
I
agree.
miss Cullum. I never thought I'd say that, but I really, really do.
Yeah, he was a good bad guy. Okay, we talked about all of the major stuff. We went over all of the things.
Mhm.
There are, if there's a new star I want to give out, a line I want to point out to you, and something funny. I don't
Okay.
remember all the things I just said, so I'm just going to say the things I've highlighted in my notes.
Good, because I'm like, I don't remember either, but I am here for it.
Excellent. Okay, so you know how we talked about like the whole Chase and death do us part, and the fact that Drew brought up how obsessed Willow is with getting Chase was wild. So tie that into the brief conversation with Brooklyn and Michael about the divorce, and
Yes.
Brooklyn said, so once again, we have a second reference to over my cold dead body. So now I'm getting scared.
Okay.
About bodies. Okay, so I
Okay,
just
don't
want
worry
to throw
about
that
it.
out there.
Yeah, I don't think they can die, but it was kind of scary that they
it
keep
was
mentioning it.
scary.
And he didn't
Yes.
get knocked on the head. Like he's got to get knocked on the head. Oh, it's gonna be him, right? Right? She hurt Drew. She's gonna hurt Chase.
Oh, yes. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay. He'll be cold, but maybe it's just because she cold water.
Who's gonna be cold and wise?
I don't know. I'm just trying to pull together the references. If she hits
Somebody
Chase on the head.
will get cold.
Exactly.
We don't
Somebody
know who's
need a
gonna need a
blankie.
sweater come fall. But we are gonna find out and get to the bottom of this. But yeah, she will definitely pursue Chase, and she knows how to keep a man, literally keep them
Legit.
still if she needs. Like she needed Drew still for certain reasons. And I mean, if she didn't want Chase to leave her, she also knows how to make that happen.
Two things I thought would make you laugh.
Do you think she could be evil? What if she finds out what Brooklyn did? Do you think she could blackmail Chase to protect Brooklyn and be like, you just have to be with me?
Oh my gosh.
That would be crazy.
If she gets desperate, yeah, kind of. She's going to
That could
start
be
to
up her
lose
alley.
her like sanity, right?
And then he has to be mean to Brooklyn to protect her. And then Brooklyn just finds another lover.
Yeah, I'm liking this a lot.
That's horrible. And then he has to live with literally living with who she really is.
Oh my God, I love it. I love it hard a lot.
Oh, that is
It needs to happen.
diabolical.
Yes, that is the word that I could not think of. It's perfect.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So back to something funny.
Ready to laugh.
Two things I thought you would enjoy. So can you picture Sunny going over Donna's homework with her?
No, not a lot. Not
And
at all.
legit
Like, I
laugh
feel like
out
he would
loud.
shoot the homework. Like, I feel like he would put a bullet through her homework.
Oh, you need holes to put on your binder? Is that what you mean? And then Portia's face. Okay, so she's going to get a face acting star. But when Marshall was talking about how your dad is such a good man and I want you to be a good man just like him when you grow up. So we have two dads that left their kids. Well, Curtis didn't leave. He didn't know like Trina existed. And then you have Marshall who ran away from home.
Yeah.
And they're like, we are good men and we're going to raise a good man.
This is what's killing me. Everyone's like, the baby looks like Curtis.
I know.
Do you see it? The baby also looks like Irene. I'm like, but what if it's Isaiah's baby? And then Curtis is like, what is the baby's gift? Because Marshall is talking about, Trina's gift and her singing. And I'm thinking, I think Desmond's gift is surgical hands, not just by his mama, but by his daddy.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
I'm going to give a different kind of star this week. I'm going to give a gossiping queen star to Sunny for spilling the tea on the big run and kiss in the parking lot.
That was amazing. Amazing. The fact that he brought that up. There was a moment that I thought was so funny. I had to rewind to watch. Jason drinks his beer, and I think it was such a good job. I think it just speaks to maybe I haven't had one in a long time. But if you go
Okay.
back and watch that scene, he savors that beer for a pretty extended period. He takes
Oh.
a sip, and his head is back, and his eyes are closed for a while. I'm like, that is interesting to me. I guess
I
it's
love
new
that.
Jason. New Jason no
New
longer has black
Jason,
T-shirts.
chill.
He has black
Button downs.
button-downs.
Love it.
Black
And a
button-downs.
star to it's not like a good couple star. It's like the pairing that I do not like
Mhm.
and I need it to end.
Okay.
That special award is gonna go to Anna and Peter. I no longer like this. This is done for me.
I feel like when anyone interacts with Anna, kind of like when Jason did, or like when Britt did, I feel like all you want to say at the end of it is like, okay, all right, I think I'm gonna take off now. It's just funny because he found her exactly how he left her, just paranoid.
Right?
Yeah, and then he's trying to convince her to take out all the Faisons, all of his offspring. I'm thinking, okay, so targeting Britt. But then did you see her eyeballs when she saw Valentine making out with Carly?
Okay, before we get to the eyeballs. Okay. Shouldn't she try to get rid of Peter? All I'm thinking is, it's crazy layered. It's just so multi-layered of delusion. It is bonkers to me. So he is guiding you on this journey of Faison's children, yet you are listening to him. Okay, cool. And then what? Is she going to go after Carly now and whack her over the head? She was going to lose her shit when she saw them making out.
I
Lose
mean, it's
her
not
crap.
a good way to convince your family you're sane. That's just my opinion on it. But it's really bad. She
So bad.
Peter came with her. They are roomies.
They
He
just
can move
hang.
around. He can go from behind her in front of her. He disappear when Emma shows up. Did you notice that Emma and Anna were just walking a lot? In one scene, they moved to one part of the condo. And then at one point, she's kind of holding her grandma and they're just walking forward. And I'm realizing that they're strolling in the apartment. And it was just really odd to
Gotta keep her
me.
moving. Gotta keep her moving. That's how Peter disappears.
I mean, she doesn't know how to get rid of him. I don't think she knows how he got there.
Ugh, it's a lot.
He
It's a
gets her.
lot. Okay. On that note, do you have stars to give?
I have
And
favorite
then I
lines.
will. The 1 week.
I have two.
What are your favorite lines?
They're from Tracy when she tells Danny, he's like, why do you guys always blame me for everything? Because your father's poker face skipped a generation.
So freaking good.
It was so funny. And I'm like, that's sad because your father is stone cold and your mother was a con woman.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
You
And
got
then
nothing,
she says,
dude.
and then she says another one. I didn't even remember she said this to. She said, you could burn down an orphanage and be better than he is. I think she's talking to Gio about Drew, and I thought that was really, really And I'll give a gold star to Rocco, who had my favorite line, which was when he told Danny, telling on people is your thing. I'm going to give a gold star to Stella and Marshall because they tried.
They did try. Absolutely, they did.
They really, really tried. And Anna, I don't know if she's trying or what she's trying, but I think she's trying everyone's patience again.
Oh, that was good. But I'm going to give a star to Sexy Baseball.
Yes, this is what I kept thinking. Logistics corner. I'm like, this is crazy. They're making costumes with their logos and their names are in the back, and we never, ever, ever, ever see a baseball scene.
Yes, I absolutely love that we don't have to watch a baseball game. Okay, that leads to, what's your cutie pie moment of the week?
I don't know. I keep using the baby because
I led you into baseball so that you can say Elizabeth and
cutie.
I walked you right into it.
You did right into it. My cutie pie moment is Dante and Elizabeth because Mel told me to. The handle can be found on our Instagram page, and you can check out at Cutie Pie Coloring to see the pages, or go on Amazon and find it there at Cutie Pie Coloring if you want to. Whatever. You don't have to. It's fine.
I'm just doing my big sister thing. Go out, check it out. It's a fantastic book. Get it for your people and yourself. Oh my gosh, we actually did it. We talked about all the things. We covered all of the stuff. That's a wrap, folks. Have a fantastic weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye.